Is the Goodyear Blimp the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity ride that everybody says it is? We're about to find out. We'll let you know.
Hey, it's Wes.
And Shonda.
And welcome to DinkLife.
Guys, we are out at the Goodyear Blimp Hangar, Wingfoot Lake in Sheffield, Ohio, or Suffield, or whatever you want to call it. Mogador. It's called like 800 different things, but it's one of those.
Yeah, right next to Wingfoot Lake. Yeah.
Right next to Wingfoot Lake. You can come see this take off and land anytime you want. But the one thing most people don't get to do is ride in the Blimp. Now, Wes has worked at Goodyear for over 25 years, and he has never had an opportunity to ride in it. I am deathly afraid of heights, but I'm going anyway because I understand that this is truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and we could not have asked for more perfect weather today.
It's a perfect day.
It's like 75 degrees out, not a cloud in the sky, and the sun is shining. I think we're in there with 4 other people and a couple of pilots, so this should be a really good time, and we are going to take you along with us so that you can see what we see. Then we'll tell you afterwards if it's actually worth it.
I did want to make one comment. We also have been I've lived in Akron my whole life, and the Blimp is a huge part of Akron. I grew up as a little kid. I always saw it in my backyard. It's always meant a ton to me, so.
It is a big deal out here, and I will say this. If you've ever been to a sporting event anywhere in the U.S., and sometimes even not in the U.S., sometimes in Europe even, you will have seen the Blimp flying over stadiums and things like that. It is everywhere. And I do remember when I was little, always when I see it in the sky, I'd be like, oh my goodness, the Goodyear Blimp, you know? So it's super exciting for people that have lived here their whole lives. I'm sure it's exciting for people who haven't. I'm sure you've seen other vloggers be able to ride on it and stuff. Wes actually won this.
Yeah, I did win this, yeah.
If you've seen it, there's a Blimp documentary that is out now, and it's won some awards and stuff like that. So it's really a good documentary.
It's worth checking out for sure, yeah.
Not just saying that because we're here.
And it's cool, we're going on a ride with the sister of the lady that made it. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
So it doesn't get much better than that. So yeah, I mean, it's basically like one of the hottest tickets in town. The way that most people actually get to ride on the Blimp is because you're at like a silent auction or something, and you've paid $2 or $3 grand just to get a chance to ride on it. It is usually astronomical. They go for a ton of money.
I think somebody told me even recently they went for like $8,000 for 2 tickets.
Yeah, ridiculous. But we happen to have had an early screening of the documentary at Goodyear, and Wes attended that screening, and his name was drawn out of the raffle. So that's his luck. My luck is terrible. But good for him, because I know that he has been waiting forever to do this. And so I am just so happy to be along for the ride and see what's happening. So come on along and let's get on the Goodyear Blimp.
Here we are on the outside of the building. Do have a nice little visitor lot over to the side. After you watch a safety video, you get to check out some Blimp history while you wait for your ride.
See how big it is.
And this is the mast the Blimp docks into.
So we're gonna dock to the mast truck, so when you come out, that'll actually be parked out there in the middle of the ramp. And then once it's sitting there, it's the world's most expensive windsock, because it just moves with the direction of the wind. Looks like we got some kayakers out on Wingfoot Lake.
And that little dot is the Blimp flying to us.
I don't remember where they're stopping. I'm assuming somewhere up in Georgia, but off the top of my head, that I do not know. We'll do pilot training or pilot currency as well. But on nice days, we'll try and get passengers up. I know we got passengers going tomorrow, and then a passenger flight on Wednesday as well. Yeah. All right, we'll hop out. Thanks, man.
It's funny, it's just like a plane. They got all the stuff in the back of the seats. Wow. Wow, it really takes off.
I didn't think it would be that quick.
It's so crazy.
Imagine like how an airplane like drives off it.
They even got the bathroom. See the air dock in the distance. It's pretty neat. There's Cleveland in the distance. There's Springfield Lake down there. Yeah, yesterday was really windy. Yeah, there's Derby Downs.
I've never been there. Look, skate park.
Yep, yeah, I've seen it before, yeah. Yeah, there's the Goodyear test track. Oh, look at that. There it is.
Yeah.
The good old Blimp laboratory down there, the haunted schoolhouse. Yeah, and there's the Goodyear test track.
Oh.
You can see they've been doing some high-speed testing down there. Goodyear headquarters.
Oh, look at that. The
That's
shadow.
awesome. I know. I took a picture. I was like, look at our shadow.
Finish line. Of the
Yeah.
marathon.
Nice.
It's just driving up the road.
Good job, Adam. We can't do loops, but we can place the shadow in
That's
a
right.
great spot.
There's the Goodyear Research Building. And there's Blue Pond, which we've done a video on.
So that is,
Yeah, that's Blue Pond right there. See the Goodyear sign.
you can on the back.
Yeah, that's the old Goodyear headquarters.
Cemetery.
Yep.
Old corporate headquarters is right here. This building right
There's the old Cyberlink baseball field. And there's the bomb shelter over there. There you can see removing the old bridge. Oh, and you can see Rex's erection, which we did a video on that
Oh my
too.
God, you can. Holy crap.
There's the Norris Church. The bridge being taken out.
here. So Akron children.
There's the University of Akron Zips play field right there. There is the University of Akron where I went to school. You can see the UNA down there.
Yeah,
Right there.
it's right at the.
Oh, and there's E.J. Thomas.
Right there?
And there's the rubber ducks.
Yeah.
Huh. That's cool. It is the Inventors Hall of Fame down there. There's the new Lock 3.
That's where we're eating. In the little blue building. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Little train cruising through Akron.
I know, I took one of the other time. It was pretty cool. Actually, I took it going.
There's the Summit Lake Park over there.
Yeah.
It's crazy how tall some of those antennas are. Also, right there is where Summit Lake Park used to be. Did a video on that one too. Oh, and there's the Bridgestone test track they got over there.
To say the least.
That's where I think that they do their IndyCar manufacturing.
spill some on the floor with run off.
Yeah, that is wacky.
Interesting.
Firestone crust. There's the Holy Cross Cemetery. Look, and there's my dad's business, Sigler Animal Hospital. There's Portage Lakes.
So our next big, we just came off of a couple weeks ago. We did the PGA Championship.
You can see Top Golf over there, and that's the Firestone golf course right there.
So how many?
There's Carousel Dinner Theater right over there. We did a video on that too.
Every airport's got
And you can see the Hangar and Akron in the distance.
the old
Right there,
yeah, and I was
Tell you what, growing up in the area, I wouldn't have bet money that I would be here flying. Yeah, I would.
Oh, and there you can see Rex and Cleveland in the distance. It's crazy how you can see Cleveland so far away.
Big house, and then there's a utility barn for horses, pond, training track.
We're coming back up on Wingfoot Lake right here.
That's got to be 5 acres.
There's the landing spot right there, the mast down there we're going in for. There's a lot of Canadian geese over there.
I know.
All right, guys, so you can see right next to my head here is the Blimp, which is docked now for the day. We were on the last flight of the day, and it was absolutely amazing.
It was amazing.
As terrified as I was when we took off, there's nothing like it. Like, I
Yeah.
can't even, the only close thing I can even remotely think to tell you that it sort of feels like is when you go out on a cruise liner or a bigger boat on the ocean, and you just kind of feel like it does rock quite a bit back and forth. But it doesn't feel like you're flying.
They are supposed to be land yachts. That's
Yeah.
why they have like a weird, I forget, there's a numbering system, I think. Or they used to be named after like
Anyway,
ships.
it's so weird. The sensation is
Yeah,
like
the takeoff
nothing
was
else.
crazy, just how it just pops right up.
I will say, if you are prone to motion sickness, which neither one of us really are prone to it,
No.
probably you would want to take something beforehand.
Yeah.
There was one lady on there with us, unfortunately, that did start to feel a little ill. And there was at one point, actually, when I was looking at my phone screen, that I started to sweat. So, but then once I sat down and looked out the window, it was fine. But
Yeah, and one of the pilots did give us a tip. If you want a smoother ride, go in the morning.
Yeah,
And
he
later
said
in the
first
day,
flight of the day.
just because the heat pops up off the ground and it makes it a little turbulent. But it wasn't that bad.
No,
really.
it really wasn't at all, and it was extremely smooth. But it does rock back and forth, and I mean that's obviously to be expected. But it was a super smooth flight. It was absolutely stunning.
It's too bad you can't travel like that. But yeah,
I know, right?
that is such
He said
a smooth way.
with passenger flights they go about 1,000 to 1,500 feet, so you could see everything on the ground. It was absolutely amazing. So I would say yes, it's definitely worth it if you ever can get a trip on this Blimp. And I got to tell you, I mean, we've had a pretty good life, you guys, and I just don't even know. Like, we get really lucky sometimes.
Yeah.
This kind of just fell into our laps. We didn't.
Yeah, it was lucky,
we didn't do anything. We didn't get this because of the channel. We didn't.
No,
this
no,
literally
yeah.
was just like Wes got
And
lucky putting his name into a raffle.
And I have almost won a bazillion times at work, but this was the first time I finally won. It just took over 25 years.
So it's not like it happened overnight or anything, or that like people that work there get Blimp rides all the time, because we don't. Believe me, it just happened that he lucked out, and after 25 years, this was the time that we got to ride on the Blimp. But man, it was great. And not a lot of people get to do it. I mean, even the pilot was like, they only take about 60 passenger flights a year.
Yeah.
Or 60 days that they do passenger flights a year. So it's really not that much. And
I was going to say, another weird fact is there's actually more astronauts in the world than there are blimp pilots. That's how rare of a thing this is.
And it's funny, the guy that took us out and gave us the information and like prepared us and everything just started 3 weeks ago. So shout out to Peter.
Yeah, Peter was awesome.
He was awesome.
Yeah.
And welcome to Goodyear, Peter. He seems to already really be loving it and everything. And he's so excited. But it was just a great day. And like I said, if you ever get a chance to ride on something like this, I would say go ahead and take it. Even if you're afraid of heights like I am, terrified of heights,
amazing.
Or if you get a little motion sickness, just take a Dramamine and go, because it was worth every single second. And I would do it again in a heartbeat if anybody wanted to take me along when you get your ride on the Blimp. But just remember, as always, whatever you decide to do, just get out there and do it. We also want to give a little shout out to Jerry, who was one of the pilots on our flight. We met Jerry a couple of years ago when we were doing Toys for Tots out here at the hangar, and he was so kind and so nice,
awesome
and
guy.
So informative. So shout out to Jerry too. This is a great crew of Blimp pilots.
Little hill.